I'm non-zero sum James, your companion on this exploration of win-win games. The next few posts are not a series as such, but all loosely deal with creativity, looking at my creative process, collaboration, generative AI, and originality. Why I'm keeping my crappy drawings. How AI art won't supplant art. The other day, my attention was caught by a post on Reddit. It was in response to a comment, AI doesn't create art. It just merges other artworks to create a new picture. If someone is an artist, it must be the person who creates and trains AI, not the AI itself. Neo has responded, and what exactly humans do? In its characteristic bad grammar, ambiguous origin meme style, Neo's sentiment is one I share. As an artist of sorts, it's the only thing I'm actually qualified for, I see art as more about transformation than creation. I find we, and yes, I include myself, tend to mythologize art, attributing to it an undeserved magical or spiritual significance, rather than recognizing it as basic graft. In a way, art is creative plagiarism, as Noam Chomsky accuses generative AI of being. When creating an artwork, I can only combine my own experience with my understanding of what art is, with an amalgamation of the art I have previously consumed. I literally have no other material to draw on. In fact, it turns out that too much originality in art can actually be counterproductive. As Derek Thompson in his fabulous TED Talk, The 4-Letter Code to Sell Anything, states, "To sell something surprising, you have to make it familiar." This is something I've learned as a creator, is I naturally want to create a variety of things. I'm a creative person, I come up with different ideas, and these all come into my head in different ways, different media, and different styles. But in order to create a voice for yourself as an artist, you have to actually remain consistent. So you have to give someone something that is familiar to them, that they can recognize from your previous work. That's part of the challenge of being an artist, is to curtail your own creativity in some way. But lately we've seen AI step in and really challenge what art is. Software like Stable Diffusion and Midjourney took people by surprise because we imagined that art and creativity were something magical, an echo of the human spirit, irreducible and therefore something AI would have trouble replicating. As late as 2020, in Unlocking the Universe, Beth West wrote this about cities of the future. Lots of things can't be done by machines. Creative jobs, such as writing books and creating art, these areas will continue to need people. That was in 2020. We are now all aware that visual art, in particular, has turned out to be one of the lowest hanging fruits of all. And regarding writing, it seems that the writing may be on the wall. That was my own pun, by the way. ChatGPT isn't the only author who will resort to the lowest form of wit, given the right conditions. My admittedly cynical view of art is informed by experiences at art school and in the gallery scene, where I've had some small opportunity to glimpse behind the smoke and mirrors used to multiply art's perceived value and shroud it in illusory significance. Don't get me wrong, creativity is fun and rewarding and can be impressive. It is an essential part of life, but it's not magic. Art is work. It's no wonder that AI can replicate and even improve on this process. It's put in the hours, which for AI takes seconds. AI has absorbed more material than we can imagine, in part because our imagination is limited by what we've absorbed. But that's not the end of the story. Creativity is about connection. The reason we all like to consume art is because it makes us feel connected to an artist, and by proxy, humanity. Whether it's an actor playing a part, a musical composition, or an author's words, an artwork is a telescope that lets us see someone else's island of internal experience. And a good work of art, a work of art that we love, makes us feel seen too. As Zay Frank says, the things that make us feel most alone have the greatest power to connect us. Photography 2.0. We can understand the impact of AI art by analogy with photography in the 19th century. a technology that threatened the essence and purity of art. Charles Baudelaire in 1859 went so far as to call photography art's most mortal enemy. And yet, rather than having supplanted or corrupted it altogether, as he went on to worry, photography actually drove a profound re-evaluation of art, leading to radical new movements from Impressionism through Cubism, Surrealism, Abstract Expressionism, pop art, and the other modernist and postmodernist art that furnished the 20th century and beyond. Thanks, BFA. Not only did photography broaden the scope of art making beyond mere representation, but it eventually influenced representational art in the form of photorealist painting. Artists like Chuck Close actively subverted the photographic medium by replicating it. Photorealists produced art that seemed eerily more realistic than the perfection of a photo. It made audiences gape in wonder at another human being's talent and toil. We rediscovered that art is about connection. A short chess tangent. Another example of disruptive technology enhancing a field rather than destroying it is the popularity of chess. From the time Deep Blue beat Kasparov in 1996, chess popularity has accelerated. It turns out we thrive on challenge. The audience for chess has also grown, as Yuval Noah Harari explains. A crucial question is, what do people really want? Do they want to solve a problem, or are they looking to establish a relationship with another conscious being? What makes it interesting for us to watch and connect with human chess masters is that their feelings make them much more relatable than a robot. We share an emotional experience with them and can empathize with how they feel. Yuval Noah Harari, Nexus. Getting old already. The world is already beginning to lose the romance of our first brush with AI art. I promise, I'm not usually like this. As it becomes increasingly ubiquitous, we are no longer swooning. That which can be produced cheaply is soon taken for granted. This is evident in comments I've received about this site. Like this comment from Ree at Hacker News. It's nice to see something that stands out between all the copy and paste AI slop. The hand-drawn evidence of a human, me, in the loop, here at the site, already signals that effort and unique human thought has gone into making it, and this apparently resonates with people. I had hoped it would. I know for me, when I see AI-generated illustrations on a blog post, it makes me concerned that maybe the blog post is also AI-generated. Who knows? And while I think AI art will be as impactful as photography continues to be, it won't devalue a Chuck Close or a Banksy. It may even turn out to highlight what's special about them. This is why I'm keeping my crappy drawings. So, the joy of creativity, whether it's painting, photography, or playing chess, is the joy of connecting with another sentient being. If we know there's no experience there, no toil, no message, then the level of attention viewers pay to the work will diminish accordingly. As crappy as they are, my drawings are unique to me. And if they resonate with you, then they connect us. This is what I hope to achieve in my writing and art, and I'll continue to do so with the cutest animals I can muster. P.S. At the same time, regarding AI, I think at a stretch we might be able to appreciate the beauty of connecting with humanity as a whole, knowing that it is the big data of humanity that has informed AI art. I suspect that this is what we find so magical about it at times. AI art does say something to us about us. It reflects us in the same way as a photographic portrait can. When the subject gazes directly into the camera, it creates a connection, bridging the viewer with the human at the other end of the lens. Perhaps AI art might help connect us to humanity as a whole, or, more profoundly, hold up a mirror. While I have you here, a wee thought about the benefits of subscribing to stuff. We live in an online world facilitated by algorithms, choosing for you what appeals most to people like you. But that means you're not just being served what's generally popular, you're being shaped by it. Subscribing is not just a way of supporting creators you value, but it's a way of restoring your own agency. If you've been finding this podcast and the site interesting and useful to you, please think about subscribing to the blog or following this podcast. I'm just here to connect with people, and the more people I connect with, the better.